Welcome to HBD Sports. It's Friday, it's money, it's Clyde. We're gonna talk some wrestling, baby. You ready, brother?
Yeah, brother, I'm out here in Las Vegas, the Bunny Ranch, Marlene. We got prostitutes all over the place, baby. Yeah!
Oh my goodness, it's going down out there at the Bunny Ranch. Jet set lifestyle. I like it, brother. Man, you got like your life is gonna be like a thing of myth and lore and legend when you get old and die, baby. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to old, brother, but I'm definitely gonna die.
Man, it's Friday today, dude. We got a lot to get into today. We're going to touch on some of our favorite WrestleMania matches of all time. Edge had some kind of encouraging words for Baron Corbin on his upcoming match with Kurt Angle. We're going to touch on the title design for AEW. A little bit of news got leaked on that. And also, there's a little bit of information on whether or not Double or Nothing will be streaming. And we're going to wrap the show up going over this list of new WWE Retro Hasbro-style figures and kind of touch down that series and give our thoughts on that today. So lots to get into today, brother. But before we do, why don't you go ahead and be kind enough to tell our audience what's going to happen if this show, this channel, this podcast, baby, is lucky enough to hit 1,000 subscribers.
Well, Dave here's get him a nice Elvis suit. And I guess I'm getting wore out with guitars. I'm getting private messages from other people that want to hit me with guitars, man. This is getting out of control, brother.
Yeah, it's starting to spread like a fire, baby. You know, it takes a little while to kind of spread the word. We've been saying it. We've been pounding it into their head for weeks, and now I think it's starting to become real for everybody. It's going to happen for you, brother.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but my back really hasn't. You know, we're kind of talking it over me in the back here.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. So let's hop into the news for today, man. Did you hear what Edge kind of? Well, it wasn't nothing good or bad. He just kind of said Baron Corbin doesn't deserve hate for facing Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, I love Edge, man, and no disrespect, but I gotta disagree, man. This is Kurt freaking Angle, Kurt Angle, and he deserves a better opponent, man. I see John Cena showing up this Monday in Boston for Monday Night Raw. I see him showing up and facing Angle at WrestleMania, man. Corbin ain't the right opponent for somebody like Kurt Angle to end his career, man. Come on.
No, I agree, man. Hold on a second here. Got a little bit of breaking news. Yeah, evidently Kurt Angle's WrestleMania opponent is just announced. Some guy named, is it Daniel Puder? Did I read that correctly?
Yeah, let's hope that don't turn into a shoot, man.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. Hey, now some other news I want to touch on real quick while we're on the topic of these old timers. Did you hear what Sting said? Did you see that new Sting quote recently where he was saying that he would wrestle one final match, only if it was against The Undertaker?
Yeah, I've seen that, man, and that's a dream match that people have been talking about for a long time. I would love to see it. Just the entrance alone would probably, steal the show.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. I would just hope that, and I'm a huge Sting fan. Like, if we're ranking the best wrestlers of WCW history, I'm putting Sting number one, so I'm a huge Sting fan. But I'll be the first to say, I don't think Sting was in the greatest, and I know he's older, but I still don't think he was in the greatest of shape for them few matches he had in WWE. And, maybe he can kind of just summon it one more time, baby, and get in shape and actually do something cool in WWE. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I really hope there's some truth to this, man. I mean, that's one of the matches.
Well, there's nothing to it, man. It's not really truth or false. It's just kind of what he said, damn it. It's just a statement at this point, brother.
Nah, I'm coming over, brother. Missile drop kick straight for your face.
That's what I want. That's what I want to see. And yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and do this today. After we've touched on a little bit of news, we'll go ahead and play your favorite segment, my favorite segment of the day. Are you ready to do this, brother?
Let's get it.
Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde. Are you ready, dude?
Let's shoot, man.
Audience, feel free to play along at home. Every single day we ask Clyde 3 random wrestling-related questions. He doesn't know what category, what genre. He doesn't know nothing. We're just coming at him, coming over the top, coming at him like an RKO out of nowhere with these 3 questions. And here we go, brother. Are you ready?
Let's get them in.
You never know who the topic's going to be of the day, but I figured what better than these two gentlemen, since we're kind of going to close the show out on some WWE retro figure talk, those new retro figures. And what better way to start it out here with this gentleman here, Iron Sheik. Where was, and hold on a second here, I want to make sure I've got this right. Where was Iron Sheik born?
Let's see. I'm going to say Iron Sheik was born in, I'm going to say Iran. That's my final answer.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Iran. Iran or Iran? Iran, right?
Iran.
Iran. Here we go. Hey, good job, brother. 1 for 1 today out of the gate. How's it feel? How's it feel today?
Are we saying that right? Iran?
It is Iran. He's from Tehran, Iran.
Well, that sounds right.
Yeah,
okay,
Tehran, Iran. Yes.
I'm ready for number 2, brother.
Question number 2. Okay. Oh, here's a cool one. What is, and then we're kind of staying on the retro figures, and like here's one we both wanted to see. We both want to see a Junkyard Dog retro figure, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually had a couple dreams about it. That's how crazy it's getting for me.
Well, the folks at Mattel told me to tell you that if you get this question right, it will increase our odds by 0.01% of seeing the figure. So that is good to know.
All right.
All right, what is the Junkyard Dog's real name?
Sylvester Ritter.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Sylvester Ritter. Final answer, is that right?
That's it, brother. That's the right answer.
All right, let's see what he says. Well done, brother.
And he's got to come with a chain.
Oh, if they make the figure, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
2
man.
for 2 today.
Red tights, Mattel, please. The red LJN tights, if you're listening. I'm ready for the third question.
You ready for the third question? All right, here we go. Do you know what song he regularly entered the ring to?
Bad Leroy Brown.
Did he? Okay, well, I'm not.
That was it.
Well, it says early in his career here, and I'm not going to use that for the question. I was just curious if you
another one bites the dust also.
Yeah, exactly, them two. Yeah, so that's not really the question. I was just kind of curious if you knew that. We're going to get on to question number 3 here. Here we go. What year was Junkyard Dog born?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to guess 1947, 48. That's final answer. I'm not sure about that.
This is yesterday. Nevlin tried to do, and I love Nevlin. Thanks for coming on, brother. I know you're going to listen today, and we appreciate it, brother. But yeah, you don't give a damn window on these, dude. It's like a 1 year, brother. Like, what year do you think he was born in? You said what, 47 or 48? Mr. Producer, man, show me 47 or 48. Oh, so close. No, he wasn't even that close, actually.
A little fun fact though about the Junkyard Dog. He was voted the most famous sports person of all time out of the state of Louisiana. It's pretty interesting.
That is pretty interesting. Wow, considering I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Karl Malone's also from Louisiana, and that's a pretty big feat.
Yeah, Pistol Pete Maravich, and there are others, but the Junkyard Dog got the honor. And
well, I
would have voted for it.
He was born in 1952, Junkyard Dog, December 13th, 1952. So good job on the show today, baby. 2 for 3. You know, if you can go 3 for 3 every time you do, it's a slight chance of increasing our catering budget. Damn it! So we need you on it, brother.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get us where we can get at least split a $5 Little Caesars, man.
Yeah, that's all we want. Little Caesars, $5 footlongs, just something. You know, give us something to eat, baby. We're hungry.
Yeah.
So a little bit.
And Kool-Aid's getting old, brother.
That's right. A little bit of WWE news to touch on here. AEW news to touch on, rather. Did you see that Brandy Rhodes is kind of teasing this, and this is on WhatCulture.com. Really, really cool site for wrestling. I'm sure most fans out there have heard of their platform. You know, I think they do a really great job of doing what they do. But AEW title to be based on classic Mid-South design. Brandy Rhodes.
Wow.
Yeah, they're kind of teasing that.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that. That's interesting. And I know Cody Rhodes is big on his old school stuff. The reason the Intercontinental belt looks the way it does right now, that was all Cody Rhodes' idea right there.
Oh, he kind of designed that? I didn't know that.
No, he actually, I believe he actually paid for the first one, and it was his idea to go back to the classic white strap.
Oh, wow. No, I did not know that, brother. But yeah, here's a picture of Brandy, and she kind of has like a sketch, and it's just kind of a generic sketch of kind of what the title's supposed to look like, man. It looks really cool. I'll try to post that, or we'll share it on our Facebook groups today, too.
Yeah, he's real big into his wrestling history, which is awesome, man.
Yeah, I had one more article I wanted to touch on today on the AEW topic, since we're kind of already there, brother. And here we go, right here. Regarding AEW's upcoming Double or Nothing show, Dave Meltzer noted that he is certain there will be a streaming component involved so that people can watch along at home, as well as the traditional option of watching pay-per-view. There are reportedly several options on the table for him. So the good deal is, you're going to have a streaming though of the show, and even though we're kind of getting a little closer to show date, I'm sure here the next few weeks something will be released on that. So.
Yeah, we need to get together and do a special podcast for the very first pay-per-view, man.
Yeah, maybe if you buy the damn show, I'll buy the food or something, and you come over and we'll watch it or something, baby.
Sounds good, sweetie. I'm ready. Watch out.
That sounds good, brother. Yeah, that would be a blast, man.
Carlito.
Yeah, so the major team. So Codes mentioned, Cody Rhodes. I said Codes, trying to put his two names together. He mentioned that a major TV deal remains an important aspect of AEW's ongoing exposure. He would only claim that the potential deal could create massive shift in the pro wrestling industry. He can't talk about it, but I know what I was quoted as saying. That's what he said.
Yeah, it's on like a pot of neck bones, brother. It's gonna be good. I can't wait. I wish it was right now. We should start like right after we get off the phone.
Yeah, it's on like our matches at WrestleMania. We're gonna be on the pre-show. I think our match is slated to take place in the parking lot at about 10:30 a.m. that morning. But yeah,
Yeah. Right when the people are kind of waking up, we'll get in there and get everybody good and agitated.
Ooh yeah.
Ooh yeah, dig it.
Yeah, so it's nice to touch on that, brother, and yeah, all the AEW news. So we got that out of the way, and now there was this guy who was angry at you. I think he's like, I don't know where he was. I think this was your mailman. He knocked on your door. You said, "Hey, man, you're trying to spread the word on the podcast." So you said, "Dude," you said, "come in here and listen to our show." And after he came in your living room, here's what happened. And I did record it. Do you want to listen? I know it's traumatic for you, but do you want to listen again?
Yeah, man, it'll be good for me to hear this.
All right, let's hear it back, brother.
Where the fuck I'm going. Don't worry the fucking where the fuck I'm going. Oh shit. You wanna fucking play around? There.
And now he's breaking your television.
There's your fucking playing around. You ain't gonna fuck around in school. Now you ain't got shit.
Yeah, he was just saying you wasted your life and you're a loser, dude, basically. And but I know he's talking about me too, because the part of the podcast was playing with me talking, and that's what set him off. And to be fair, so.
Yeah, you tell that no good son of a butt this Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens. He can come face me and you down there at the Garden, brother.
Face the demon face to face.
Tuesday in Louisville Gardens.
Yeah, so then we got the news banged out for today, brother. I guess we'll start touching on a couple of these funner topics. We're going to touch on a couple of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, and then we're going to go straight into these WWE retro figures. You ready to kind of end the show on a high note here and touch on these things?
Sounds good to me, brother.
Sounds good to me, brother, as well. Okay, let's talk about some of these old WrestleMania matches, and I'm just looking at a list here. This is on UPI.com, and this is kind of talking about just how they rate the top 5 WrestleMania matches of all time. So I'm going to kind of like give you like a rapid fire of 4 or 5 matches, and I want to hear your thoughts on them. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 3 in 1987. Go ahead.
That's one of the kind of matches that should be, and it probably is. That should be a class at wrestling school. I believe that match for 17 or 18 years held its spot as the greatest wrestling match of all time. And PWI magazine, that's the kind of match you can watch over and over again, man. It doesn't seem to ever really age. It ages very well.
Well said, brother. Yeah, you know my thoughts on that match. I still think it's among the top 2 or 3 greatest matches ever wrestled, and yeah, I see why it's up there on their list as well. Number 4, dude, is a match we was actually just touching on just yesterday or the day before briefly. It was The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan at WrestleMania 18 in 2002, and that was the WrestleMania, I believe, where Jericho and Triple H actually went on after them, and Jericho was saying that was a horrible idea because this match stole the show, brother. And your thoughts on it?
Oh, the match was unbelievable. I remember leading up to that match, they tried to do everything they could to make Rock the heel. I mean, the NWO even ran him over on the semi. And the nostalgia, man, Toronto had remembered, Hulkamania. He wrestled Ultimate Warrior in that same building, I think, at WrestleMania 6. I want to say the work in that match is not really all that, but the electricity, you could cut it with a knife.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's like a dream match, like they say in the article here. I agree, man. It was like Michael Jordan went one-on-one against LeBron, or Mike Tyson actually fought Muhammad Ali. It's kind of like, it's up there.
Yeah, it definitely had a special feel. It's one of my favorite matches to watch, and the crowd, you talking about invested.
It was the loudest match maybe in WrestleMania history, possibly.
Yeah, they were really into it, man. It was riotous, and just a couple of days later after that, I believe Hulk Hogan had a standing ovation that lasted about 18 minutes on SmackDown.
Oh wow! What about this one, brother? Here's one that's kind of veering off the path a little bit, but a beautiful match in its own right. The Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the World Tag Team Championships, WrestleMania 17, 2001.
Yeah, that's another one, man. They knocked it out of the park with that one. That match, man, it probably took years off of those guys' careers, and also they set the bar pretty high after that. I don't even know if anybody could top that without somebody really hurting himself. But what a beautiful match that was.
I mean, three of the best tag teams of all time in WWE history just squaring off there in a match with things that they're all good at using, brother. And you couldn't ask for much more from these guys, especially like the Dudley Boys, man. What kind of run have they had with the WWE overall? And like I was just kind of trying to think back in my mind, are they like the longest tenured tag team in WWE history as far as like the amount of days they spent on the roster?
You know what? It could be possible that they've won titles everywhere they've ever went, man. They're a special duo. I remember seeing them in ECW. It was the first time I ever seen them. And honestly, I didn't think too much about them until I seen them cutting promos and almost causing riots. I'm like, okay, these guys are good.
Yeah, in ECW too, when they originally started, Bubba Ray was just got thrown into a match as the way he first got started. He went to watch it actually with a friend. I don't know if you know this story. Then he kind of got a hold of Paul because I think he knew Tommy Dreamer or somebody, and he kind of got a hold of Paul, and Paul put him in there the next week to take a choke slam, a bump. And he took the most vicious choke slam ever. You can pull it up, like I guess Bubba Ray's first choke slam bump or something in ECW. And he jumped so high in the air, dude. It's like one of the best looking choke slam bumps I've ever seen in my life. And that was his very first on TV. And so that's how he got his start, dude. And then after that, for the first several weeks, him and why am I drawing a blank on his name, dude? Him and his tag team partner, dude.
Devon Dudley.
Yeah, I kept wanting to call him I don't know why the preacher version of him kept popping into my head. But yeah, him and Devon.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm glad they got away from that.
Him and Devon had like squared off in a feud actually to begin their careers, and then finally they paired them together, you know.
Yeah, they're something else, man.
All right, so let's move on here because we could be on this daggone list all day long, and there's lots of fun stuff to get into today too. But the number 2 match that they've got on their list is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart in a submission match at WrestleMania 13 in 1997 in a match I know you love. So go ahead and tell me, what you think about that one.
Well, to me, that should be number 1. Man, that match, the realism, everything they did, made sense. The blood, that vision. I still see that vision in my head of Stone Cold with the blood pouring down his head, and Bret Hart won't let him out of the sharpshooter. And even Ken Shamrock, he did a good job in there.
It's almost like
one of his first deals.
It's almost like that could be the logo for WWE. It's almost like how you picture like the Jumpman associated with Jordan or Jerry West associated with the NBA logo. Like if you just took that picture and cut it out and made it in black and white, like everybody would recognize what it was, even just a cutout of it. You know what I'm saying? Just the shape of the picture.
Yeah,
Stone Cold won't tap out. Yeah.
To me, that's number 1, and I'm not even really a fan of Stone Cold, but I think it's the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen, actually.
I'll say this about Stone Cold in the ring, brother, and all his work in the ring, man. It really sucks that it got kind of cut short by all these injuries, man. And you could kind of tell, especially after the pile driver spot, he couldn't really do the same type of matches, man. But he was still the hottest thing that WWE had going, especially on the mic, dude. So they kind of had to keep him as champion, but figure out ways to work these matches around him. And can you imagine just how much hotter the run would have been without that restriction?
Man, it could have been amazing. His whole career, Owen Hart dumped him on his head. I know he didn't mean to do it, but his Austin's career was almost over there.
Yeah, well said, dude. And it was, and so just imagine like what he did. Despite that injury, is remarkable and totally amazing in its own right. I'm just saying, imagine what they could have done. Even, I mean, good Lord, like they already built Mount Everest. They could have built something just like unseen in this industry.
Yeah, he's a special talent, but to me, with Bret Hart, it's almost even wrestlers that might not like him, man. A lot of times they're asked their greatest match, and it's kind of funny. He's usually in almost every one of them.
Well said, brother. And let's move on here to the last match we're going to touch on for today: The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25 in 2009. And your thoughts on this one?
Good Lord. Well, I'm not gonna knock it, man. Like I already said, I'll go to my grave, Bret Hart and Austin. That's my match. But I wouldn't really argue with somebody. Marlena, my wife, she thinks that's the greatest wrestling match of all time.
My wife just thinks Alexa Bliss is the greatest wrestler of all time.
Well, she's not wrong. But the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, dude, special, very special. The storyline, the history, everything, the build up, the darkness versus the light, and the in-ring work was unbelievable. They was hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, it is, and it's like two of the most iconic guys in WWE history. So you can't really argue with them putting it number one. I definitely wouldn't either, though. I would have the Macho Man and Steamboat match ahead of that one personally, also. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would actually put that ahead of that one too. But how do they decide this list? Is this Vince or is it the fans?
No, this is just some kind of just a writer wrote this list, and I was just using their list for reference, just to kind of touch on some of the more magical moments in WrestleMania history, since we're only a few weeks out from that, and since it is March Madness, baby. I think for next week's show we ought to start doing a bracket on Monday, put polls up on all the Facebook groups. And we'll do like some kind of like a wrestling legend bracket in honor of March Madness, man. What do you think? And kind of unveil each round, each day of the show as it's progressing.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, just for March Madness, just for you, man. See, I'm over here working on the damn show all the time while you're over there laid up in brothels in Vegas with all the most beautiful women in the world. My ass is actually here working hard in the studio, slaving away just for you, baby.
I appreciate everything you've done, and I will be sending you a gift card for the Bunny Ranch here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Man, hey, you know what? You just made all this hard work worth it, baby. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Hey, do you want to go ahead and...
Anything for you, baby.
Let's go ahead and close the show out on this topic. And, me and you are both huge fans of the memorabilia and the collectibles, and as are a lot of the people in a lot of our groups. Even some of the people that won't admit it, damn it, they actually are, and that's cool.
They got them hid in the closet.
I got mine all sitting around the damn house, dude.
Yeah, mine are basically decoration. I'm actually looking at an action figure right now.
I heard like somebody was talking about Bret Hart's house one day, and they was like, "Yeah, he just won't let it go, man. Like I come to his house, and he doesn't just have all of his memorabilia in one room." I forgot who it was. He was like, his whole damn house is like enshrined in all this memorabilia, like he's living in the past. I was like, man, sounds like a cool ass house to visit to me. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're talking about Scott Hall, Razor Ramon.
Yeah, and I was thinking, well, shit, are you?
He's the one that said that.
I was thinking, all right, Scott, you're sleeping on Diamond Dallas Page's couch right now, but I guess whatever, brother. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, to me, it would be I would pay good money to see his collection of stuff. But he's my favorite wrestler of all time. So. Oh yeah, that's what I was just wanting to kind of take up for Bret a little bit there too. I think it was Scott Hall was just kind of, and I really like Scott Hall also, dude. So I don't mean anything by this, but Scott Hall was just kind of bashing the way Bret has his house set up, and I was like, man, that kind of sounds like the way I got my damn house set up, and I wasn't even Bret Hart, So.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, but I heard the same thing, and I've seen Bret's collection in pictures and on documentary. I think it's really cool. I remember he's got a Bret Hart Hasbro in a little fish bowl. I thought that was kind of different.
Only Bret, baby. So yeah, speaking of the Hasbros, and like that was kind of a magical time in our childhood when those were out in the early '90s, early to mid '90s. Those little plastic figures. What are they? 4 to 5 inches tall, right in there, and. Now Mattel has kind of come along here and re-released this, kind of continued the line here, I guess we should say, and they're starting to release some of the legends in the line. And do you want to touch on this line today on the show?
Yeah, brother, bring them up. We'll talk about all of them.
In honor of our new Facebook group, too. It's, what is it called? WWE Retro Figure Fan Club. Is that right?
I think so, brother. I'm going to have to look and get that wrote down and add that to our list.
Yeah, so we'll start off this with it. There was in 2016, Series 1 of these figures was released. They was Walmart exclusive, so there was 6 figures in the set, and we'll start off with the first one here. There was a Brock Lesnar figure. How did you think that figure came out?
I'm not a big fan of Brock. I'm always kind of on the fence with him, but as far as an action figure, I love it, man. I love the pose, and they got him nice and big like he should be. I think it's a really good figure. Yeah,
I think they did a good job on that one, and we're just going to kind of rapid fire down the list here, brother, because we got about 25 of them to touch on, but I kind of just want to hear your thoughts on each one, and we'll kind of touch on maybe at the end on a few we're kind of hoping to see in future releases. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, what about the Kevin Owens figure, man? I thought it came out beautiful, especially for his first one, man. Put me right back in mind of the old school figures as well, but with a new school guy,
If I could have a dozen of those, it's actually my favorite Kevin Owens figure. Every time I see a Kevin Owens Mattel, it drives me crazy because he's got the jacked up arms, and he just don't look, he's a chubby guy. And when I looked at the retro, it's like they got him right on this retro.
The proportions are correct. Well said, brother. Another beautiful figure. And yeah, you can pick all these up on eBay, even though it's released in 2016, folks out there. For most of them for reasonable prices, all of them except for just a couple. But yeah, it was a beautiful figure as well. And then also they had the John Cena figure, which he kind of had the flex in his chest, I think, where he kind of do the body slam and stuff. And I feel like that figure came out beautiful as well. He's wearing the hat, the jean shorts, it's the classic John Cena look.
Yeah, it's a really cool one. I liked that they chose, I'm always thinking sports, and it's like the Miami Hurricane colors or something. Yeah, I enjoy it too. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a cool figure.
And then there was a couple of legends released in this series, and the Ultimate Warrior and the Undertaker, which was what I was most excited to see when I first heard about this series even coming out. I was excited to see the Undertaker one especially, but the Ultimate Warrior one also. And what did you think about them legends and the way that they did the figures on those guys?
Well, I'm with you, man. Out of all the ones I heard was coming out in the first series, I couldn't wait to find Undertaker and Ultimate Warrior. And I actually got to Walmart when they were putting out stock and was lucky enough the guy let me open them up. And there was one Undertaker and one Ultimate Warrior and a bunch of the other guys.
Yeah, and one of the other guys here we'll touch on last here of this series one that we wish we would have picked a whole lot up of now was Roman Reigns, and for whatever reason this has become like the most rare figure in this set, kind of ironically I guess I would say, like considering the way everybody's kind of ran cold on Roman.
Yeah, I've heard different things about that, like something to do with the Superman logo or trademarks, but I think it's a nice figure. I got one of them loose. It displays really good. Anybody out there that's got the Universal title, you put it on there, it really pops the figure. But I wish I had about 1,000 of those right now. I'd sell, 998 of them.
Right, yeah, good figure to hold on to. Yeah, I only got one of them, but I did keep it in the package, got it put up. I've got all that series, and they're all nice and squared away in little secure protector cases. And yeah, I really enjoy that Roman figure as well, and I'm glad I was able to pick one up back when they came out.
Yeah, you got a crisp one. Dave got that crispy mint.
Yeah, it is nice. That one and the Nakamura I got, man, I might have to send those off to AFA.
Yeah. Eventually, I'd get them all graded, brother.
So there was so after that, like we was all excited. Series 1 was at Walmart. There was 6 figures. They're going to be easy to find. And we knew about an upcoming series. We actually knew about maybe up to 3 or 4 series initially, and so we kind of knew this was going to be around for a while. And then Series 2 supposedly hit the shelves, and we were seeing stories about it all over the internet. And just here in Louisville, we couldn't find them for a long time. Is that right, brother?
I never found any of them except for Stone Cold and The Rock, and then I never seen them again. And, they were kind of hard to find there for a while.
Yeah, and then I never seen Stone Cold or The Rock, and I'm glad you was able to pick those up in the stores early on. And then a few months later, you contacted me. You said, man, check out Ollie's Bargain Supply. This is like a place that sells discounted items. It doesn't usually have any hot toys or anything that's kind of like that's hot and on fire in the market right now. It's usually like items that are kind of being phased out, if you would. And sure enough, we stopped by Ollie's, and they've got the entire set of Series 2 there. Kane, Mankind, The Rock, Sting, Stone Cold, and Triple H all for $4 a piece. And we both picked up a set of those, didn't we, brother?
Yeah, shout out to Ollie's there, too. Yeah, man, you talking about a surprise. I wanted the Kane and the Sting the most out of that second series. But that Kane, man, it's right now it's tied in about a 3-way tie. It's my favorite figure they've made so far.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's one of my favorite figures of all time, especially in that style. I mean, yeah, because it was kind of something we kind of wanted back when the Hasbro line was coming to an end, and as Jax was starting to make figures, he's all kind of wanting that Kane Hasbro,
Yeah, I'm really glad they made it. I think I got like 5 of them. That's probably too many, but anyway.
Yeah, so it was good to see a Kane. It was good to see a Mankind. It was really good to see The Rock and Stone Cold. Like, you can't make a series of Legends figures without having them two guys in it. And then, of course, the Sting and the NWO Black and White, or the Crow Black and White, whichever way you want to look at it. And, of course, they went ahead and made like a classic Triple H figure. I mean, this Triple H is like a Hunter Hearst Helmsley type Triple H, which is kind of what you would have in mind, really, if you're thinking about the Hasbro era. Like, that would be Triple H's Hasbro figure,
Yeah, I wish we could have traded him out for Stephanie, but anyway, that Mankind man kind of drives me nuts with the jacked arms. It's like the opposite of the Kevin Owens. Like, I don't remember Mankind being jacked like that.
No, I don't either. But other than his arms, the whole figure is beautiful. I love the Mankind figure. And I know we're kind of like it's like an agree to disagree type thing, but yeah, I love the Mankind figure, man. And so after that Series 2, man, we were lucky enough to pick up a set of those. And, of course, all these you can still pick up on eBay. And some of them at Ringside Collectibles. Some of them are still on Target.com, actually on clearance. So this is just a line of toys that we just really love to see, though. And, yeah, if you need any help finding any of them, just reach out to us because we can point you in the right direction to actually find any of them you need. Then we had Series 3 after that. And with Series 3, they actually started releasing only 4 figures per series. And this is because they wanted to turn around production time, make it a lot quicker. They was thinking, hey, we can get out, 6 series a year, 4 to 6 instead of 2 to 4. Every year they can get more series out, get more product on the shelf. So I like that, but I kind of hated that they was making less figures just because I want to get as many of these things as I can. But Series 3 we was actually able to find at Target, and still staying away from Walmart at this point. We couldn't find any of them at Walmart, but Series 3 was available at Target here in Louisville, Kentucky. And they had AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Bill Goldberg, and Seth Rollins. And what did you think about that series, brother?
I enjoyed it, man. In particular, I was really looking forward to the AJ Styles. One of the easiest, at least around here in Louisville, Kentucky, one of the easiest series to find. I remember seeing them in GameStop. My Target actually still has a few right now. So
yeah, that series has kind of hung around for a while, and Neville's still trying to find an AJ Styles. So if we ever find an extra loose one somewhere, dude, we're going to have to pick it up and mail it down to him, brother.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy set to find so far.
Yeah, and I was telling him I think they actually have AJ, and if you guys are out there looking for AJ or Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Bill Goldberg, all them guys are $7.99 a piece on Target.com right now. So yeah, pick them up if you need them. $35, you spend $35, you get free shipping. So it's not bad. You get 4 or 5 of them, you get free shipping. Get them $8 each.
You're welcome, Target.
Hey, that's what we're helping out people here, man. People are going to listen to the show. If they do decide to listen to it, and they're nice enough to listen to it for the retro figure talk, might as well try to point them in the right direction to find a few of them a little cheaper,
Hey, Target, send us some toys.
That's right, brother. That's right. And so I love that whole Series 3. I absolutely loved it. The only one I didn't like, though, and I was so looking forward to this figure when I heard he was going to be in the set, was Goldberg. I didn't like the way he was shaped. I didn't like the body design they used. I feel like they could have used someone a little more, like one of the little more jacked-looking figures. He almost looks a little skinny for Goldberg.
Yeah, it looks more like Gilbert.
He's like the size of Seth Rollins or something, Not that Seth Rollins isn't like a pretty imposing looking dude, but Bill Goldberg, makes Seth Rollins look like chopped liver. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish they would have gave Goldberg like the you've seen like the Big E or
the Big E or the Cena
Brock Lesnar, or, kind of body like that. I wish they would have gone there. I'm a little lost on that too. But
I guess it's because Goldberg has such a skinny waist, man. But his upper body was always so jacked, dude.
Yeah, it's still a cool figure. I have it in my collection, but it's nowhere near my top 10.
All right, let's move along here because we're already at 30 minutes, and I want to finish talking about the rest of this series and then touch on a few upcoming rumors about these WWE retro figures. But Series 4 included Finn Balor, the second version of Kevin Owens, which was initially listed as an Enzo Amore, and then it had a Ric Flair and a Sami Zayn. And back to that Enzo figure real quick. It was supposed to be in the series, and it was all about the time that Enzo got released from WWE, so he was pulled from production. But if you look online you just Google Enzo Amore WWE retro figure, you actually find a few pictures of it. So there was at least a prototype or two made, and I could see this figure kind of becoming like one of them old Hasbro's. Like this would become a $10,000, $20,000 figure if one of them ever hit the market. But I would just like one personally for my collection. But yeah, that's pretty cool that they actually replaced him. So we already kind of got something going on behind the scenes here with this set. Some kind of like holy grail, some kind of shrine people are going to be trying to hunt down for the next 20 years. And it does exist. It's out there. The Finn Balor figure was beautiful. The Ric Flair figure was beautiful. And I was so happy to see Sami Zayn could do the Halula kick, baby. Do you want to touch on Series 4?
Oh, yeah, I enjoy Series 4. Series 4.
Season 4 of your Playboy Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, I never found that series in the store, man. And any of those that I bought, I had to get off of eBay. And Ric Flair is actually, I was talking about that three-way tie. He's in the three-way tie right now. Is one of my favorite. I love that they did the North Carolina blue tights. I mean, that just puts it over the top.
It does. It looks better, way better than the old Hasbro with the red tights. Even I love this new one with the North Carolina blue tights, and I feel like they even got his body type a little better in the newer one than the older one. He kind of looked a little scrawny, and this newer one he kind of looks like the Ric Flair I remember.
Yeah, and anybody out there that's listening that has that figure and might not be thinking this, take one of your WCW Big Gold titles, Mattel belt. Put it on him, fits him perfect. Looks really nice.
Looks beautiful. Yeah, if you decide to open it, I just can't bring myself to pull mine out of the box, brother. Yeah, but Series 4 was evidently at Target because that's on Target.com right now. That's the series I'm talking about. That series and Series 2. They're still on there on clearance. We didn't see him.
Never found him.
I checked every Target in Louisville, Kentucky. I didn't see him. I didn't venture over to Clarksville this time, but I did check every one in the local area, and I didn't ever see Series 4, even though I was seeing online stories of people having luck finding them. I actually had to end up ordering that set myself. So, but yeah,
I'm with you, man. I never found them either.
And Series 5 was the biggest head scratcher. We'll move right along to that, brother, because it included Big E, Kofi Kingston, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Xavier Woods. And that Series 5, we never found it anywhere here locally either in Louisville. I don't know, maybe in the comments. Let us know what store you found it in. But then we heard rumors later on people were finding this series at 5 and Below, like a little chain store that sells discount items, a cool little store. And we checked the one here locally after we heard that, didn't find any. But we seen pictures of them in like bins at 5 and Below, like just kind of tossed in bins, like no one's buying these damn things. Like, I don't know why we just can't get the word out sometimes where these things are located, because there's a fan base out there that's raving mad that would buy them all, you know?
Yeah, I'm one of them. Actually, this series is by far my favorite series. I love the New Day and Macho Man. It's like I wanted everybody in the set, like doubles and triples of every guy. Macho Man's a little high dollar. I don't have him.
Yeah, I got the Macho Man. And the Macho Man, the thing is, I love the New Day's attire. Let me say that real quick. They got the pink on, trimmed in the blue, kind of like the cotton candy classic New Day look. Very beautiful figures. They came out awesome. And the Macho Man one, it was pretty cool because it actually came out two different ways. If you go ahead and just search eBay, there's a arms up one, and then there's another one in the bubble with his arms down. And evidently the arms down one's a little harder to find. It's like kind of considered a variant. So there's another little like Easter egg for you within this set if you're trying to collect them all per se.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll move right along, Series 6 here, and this is my favorite series. I just got these in the mail today. I actually had to order this series from England. That's how hard it is to find here in America right now. It was Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, and then the red and black Sting. And, man, what a beautiful set of figures, especially that Nakamura. The Daniel Bryan came out awesome with the yes, yes, yes stand. You know, what do you think about that set?
Oh, I love it. I love the set. I know, you know, a little peek behind the curtain, David ended up for one of my Daniel Bryan's. I kind of miss him every day, but yeah, it's
now tell the rest of the damn story about the Daniel Bryan. Tell the rest of the story. Where did I get you one from now? Where did I order you one from?
That came all the way from across the pond, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's sitting here waiting on you to get your ass over here and pick it up, brothers.
Well, you know, I'm in Vegas right now.
Well, on your way back through, stop here. First, stop at the Saskatchewan in Canada because Brock Lesnar wants to give you a couple of F5s, and then swing on by. Yeah, dude, you're absolutely right. You did let me get that figure, and it was we did a trade for it. We're always willing and dealing. We did some kind of trade. I picked it up a few weeks ago, and yeah, now I've successfully felt guilty and ordered him another one, so he's going to get it back.
Yeah, I miss him every day, man. I just can't say enough nice things about Daniel Bryan. But that whole set's strong, and the Nakamura, man, I know you got one that red on there, it just pops, man.
Beautiful figure.
Hell of a figure.
Yeah, and that Series 2, let us know if you're out there listening, folks. If you found those in the stores, where did you find Series 5 at? You know, Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, Sting, and Nakamura. I've gotten word from Puerto Rico that they were actually finding those in Kmart's down there, but unfortunately all the Kmart's up here locally have closed, so we didn't get a chance to see those on the shelves either, did we, brother?
Yeah, I never did see them, man.
That series was at Kmart, if there is a Kmart near you. But yeah, if you know another place or for any of these figures, mind you, let us know in the comments, please. Let's get it. Let's spread the word in the community. Let's share the word with each other so we can all try to pick these figures up at retail price in the future.
Yeah, sounds good to me because some of the prices can get a little ridiculous.
Yeah, but I've got my set together now. That's all. At least happy that I got that together now, and hopefully we can continue to get them all from retail from here on out. So after that, we had Series 7, and now, ta-da! We're back at Walmart all of a sudden with this series, and it was a beautiful set of figures. It was Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, and Sheamus. And what did you think about this most recent series, which is probably still on the shelves? The last few of them are, in all of your local Walmarts, folks.
Well, I've been kind of hoarding this set. It's been the easiest set to find so far.
That's because they're back at Walmart's, damn it.
Yeah, it's easy to find, man. I feel like I got 2 or 3 of every character outside of Kurt Angle. My favorite in the set is the old Irishman, Sheamus. I really enjoy that, and the way they got him in the red. You know, he's so pale that the red pops.
Came out beautiful.
Everything about him is right on that one.
Yeah, and I absolutely love the Jericho figure, man. The Shawn Michaels figure, like I was telling you the other day, I love the way it looks and everything, but I don't love the red pants for whatever reason. And like you said, I'm sure they'll grow on me. But
here's what's funny about that Shawn Michaels. At first, I didn't even want to get it. Now I got like 4 of them. I know you don't take them out of the package, but if you do, that one kind of, I don't know why, some kind of mystic voodoo or something. But that that one's actually almost looks better out of the package than it does in.
I like them all, brother. I feel like Chris Jericho's the best, and I feel like Kurt Angle figure's a little bit underrated, man. I love that. I think they nailed his look. It looks like the classic Kurt Angle figure, you know?
Yeah. I have one of those. I need to grab a few while they're still available. Like I was saying, my top's a shame. I still think I have about 4 of those, but
well said, brother.
That's Irish me.
Yeah, I know you're an Irishman yourself. So okay, so let's move on here. This next series actually has not hit stores yet as of making this podcast, but it has hit like ringsidecollectibles.com, maybe bigbadtoystore.com, places like that, wherever you can order your WWE collectibles and figures. I'm pretty sure like you can get on there now and order a set and they come to your house, all except the Iron Sheik. And this is Braun Strowman, Jeff Hardy, Zack Ryder, and the Iron Sheik. So it looks like the Iron Sheik's going to be the tough one to find in this series. However, the good news is, the silver lining in the cloud is that all 4 of these figures are supposed to be available at Walmart sometime in the near future. Is that correct, brother?
Yeah, I'm going to go look today. Hopefully they might pop up today.
Yeah, we've got release dates for all these, and I'll go ahead and post those on our, well, it's like a rough release date, and we'll go ahead and post those on our WWE Retro Fan Club page on Facebook, and feel free to join us there if you're listening, guys. And yeah, so other than that, we do have like some upcoming releases announced, like a Series 9 with Goldust. He has a hair wig accessory, a Samoa Joe, a Randy Orton, and then of course the most beautiful figure yet, I think, the Macho Man Randy Savage in the lime green tights. So that's going to be coming out sometime, probably in the next 6 to 8 weeks on that one. And in the next week or two, you're going to start seeing the series before with Strowman, Jeff Hardy, Iron Sheik, and Zack Ryder. All these are supposed to be at Walmart, folks. From here on out, that's the word I'm hearing. So let's hope that WWE sticks to the word here, and that's where we see all these, brother.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier for us out there, the consumers, to find them.
Man, we're going to have to do another show on this one day because we're already up around 40 minutes, and I know people ain't got all damn day to listen to us. And if you're still awake for this long, we truly appreciate it. But so for today, dude, do you want to go ahead and start to put a bow on this, and we'll come back and like touch on this maybe next Friday. I want to get into the ring and some more of the like speculation about the female wrestlers and stuff like that on this topic. So do you want to stop here for today? Next week, continue like part 2 of our retro talk.
Sounds good to me, brother.
All right, man. So why don't you go ahead and be so kind as to put a damn bow on this today, brother?
All right, for everybody that listens to us, thank you. Let us know if you like it. If you don't, hit us with the King Kong Bundy splash for the 5 count. We're going to share this podcast on our Facebook affiliate pages, Bliss Army, the Becky Lynch Mob, Hitman Hart Fan Club, Kofi Kingston Club, I Heart Pro Wrestling, Carlito's Caribbean Cool Cabana Fan Club. Wrestling is our passion. Wrestling Unleashed, All Access Indie Wrestling, WWF LJ and Maniacs, and All Elite Wrestling in all capitals. And what's the name of our new retro page?
Yeah, the retro page is called WWE Retro Fan Club, brother.
Alrighty, man.
Rolls right off the tip of your tongue. Just like Andrade, Cien Almas Fan Club. No, we don't have that. That sounds good, though.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Me and Marlena's gonna get back with these ladies of the night, bro.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I know you don't do any. I know you don't do any preparation for the damn show every day, but I do appreciate you having that list ready because you can't find that anywhere else. And for you having that ready, brother, you just made my list. So thank you very much. And for those folks out there listening, if you like us, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, put us over. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. But if you don't like us, let us know most importantly because we will do a job for you on your show. That's the way we roll right here on this podcast. Having said that, hopefully we will catch you guys on Monday. I think Monday, right? We'll be back Monday.
Yeah.
Dig it, brother.